Hello, welcome to the fifth part of this video series, and I hope you are learning some things from each video. And in this part we are going to create the bag briefcase kind of shape or bag for this character which is there in the reference. So let's make it. First I will go to the subtool menu, then I will append a cube, and I am taking a cube for the base shape of the bag. Then with W I have shifted it, or I am positioning it using the gizmo, and you know that W is the shortcut key for the gizmo. I am rotating it, placing it, scaling it according to the requirement and according to the proportion of the body. In some parts I will be fast forwarding the parts which are tedious to watch, so you guys can get the idea and you don't get bored by the normal tedious process. But now I'm going to Dynamesh option as usual, dynameshing the mesh by selecting the model by alt clicking directly on the mesh. I have selected, and I'm going to the Deformation tab, polishing the mesh. You can increase the slider or you can run the slider for polishing the mesh or applying that polish. Then I'm using smooth brush by holding shift key for smoothing out the edges of the bag. There are other ways, but this is just my way by which I just make things simple. And you can turn on the polyframe by this button, or you can use the shift F shortcut key. I'm using smooth brush, then I will be using trim dynamic brush, and I have isolated the back part, and by trim dynamic brush I am just carving or decreasing the sharpness at the edges of the bag, because I just want a rounded square kind of rounded corner square type of shape for the bag according to the reference, and the reference is there in the description box. You can go and check out the links for the Pinterest, and you can find my boards over there. They are very helpful for you, and I always refer to those boards while creating any video or any character for myself or for my practice work. So you can follow those boards because I update them regularly, and I think I am mostly active on Pinterest, but I don't know how to use Pinterest in a very good way. But yeah, I know how to save boards, so you can get the reference from there. And as you can see, now I am holding control and creating the mask. So this will be the tedious process. You just have to create the mask. I will fast forward this part. Now I will inverse the mask by control tap on the empty area of the canvas. Then I am using the deformer, and the deformer is inflate. And then I will remove the mask by control drag on the canvas, empty area of the canvas. Then with the damp standard brush I will just crease out the edges, and I will make them more pronounced. These are the simple steps by which you can just create any model. And for learning advanced things, you can go and carry on if you want to learn the advanced things at first, but I would make these videos in a gradual way. And you can also apply the clay polish. You can see I have applied it. Then after applying clay polish, you have to remove the mask which the clay polish feature creates. So for removing that mask, you know that you have to drag it on the canvas with holding control. So I was telling you that if you want to carry on with the advanced tutorials, you can carry on, because there are many creators who are creating tutorials for Zbrush or other softwares, and everyone has their own way. But I am sharing these videos and these tutorials according to my way, because I have learned everything which I have learned in these years is by learning small stuffs. Means if I have started learning something, I just started with the very small stuff. That's why I feel comfortable to learn the advanced stuff and the simple stuffs also, because sometimes it's like, if you know the simple stuffs, you can create anything. You don't have to know each and every tool or feature in the software. But as a beginner, we used to think that by knowing the advanced features we can create beautiful models. No, that's not true, I think. So here you can see I have appended the cylinder, and this is basically a design part which will be used in the next part of the video. From here you can see that this part will be used for creating a pipe hole, and from this hole a pipe kind of thing will extract out. So I will be telling that thing in the next video. And you can see I am using trim dynamic brush for trimming out the creases and for making the creases according to my need or according to the reference. And one more important thing, sometimes it happens that your reference doesn't provide you each and everything which you want to know. So for that you have to create a mood board. Means you have to create a reference board for creating any character or any project. Means you have to create a full reference sheet. You can find out different references for use, and you can just place them in your board. And I have suggested a software which is Pureref. You can use the Pureref software. That is very, very good for creating mood boards and aligning those in a proper way, and they will be there on your screen every time. That software is also free. You can check out the link in the description. I am providing the link in the description. That software's name is Pureref. And as you can see, this part is created. Then I have gone to the Subtool menu and duplicated this part, and just by using Gizmo I am trying to think about a place where I can put this, and that will look good. Sometimes I play with small things. I don't exactly follow the reference that I should have to create this kind of original look, but I just try to find out that what small things or what small details I can change according to the requirement of, or according to the knowledge of mine. So I have decided to place it on the back side of the bag, means on the back side of the character. So I will rotate it, then just use Gizmo to place it. You have to rotate the model from different angles and rotate the models a lot for seeing the model from different angles. By that you will be able to see the forms and the shapes clearly. And as you can see, I have selected the model by just holding Alt on the keyboard and clicking on the mesh. Then I am creating the mask shape for some kind of, some kind of button design. Mask is very useful. Masking is very useful in everything, not only in sculpting but in compositing, in editing, in anything, in a whole CG thing. Mask is very important, and you can find out that mask is everywhere. For creating or for separating things, you can use mask. So symmetry is activated, that's why the mask is created on the both sides. And now I am using inflate button, and just inflating out the shape, then drag on the canvas with holding control for removing the mask, then reapplying the Dynamesh by again holding control and dragging on the canvas. In some days I will be providing a blog post which will be there on the Brownware Animation website, and you can see that blog post will be regarding the features by which the things that the options which you can access by just holding control key on the keyboard. Means I think control key has most of the important things or important features assigned to that button. So you can easily get confused that by the same control key you can remove the mask, by holding same control key you can reapply the Dynamesh, by holding same control key you can, and tapping on the mesh you can blur the mask. These kinds of things I think at the beginning state make you confused, but I will be providing a simple blog post on the Brownware website, and you can check it out. And I believe that blog post will definitely help you to get clear with the idea that these things are not that tough. You can just remember them easily. And if you have watched my other earlier videos, then you must have been familiar with these steps. So I'm just using clay builder brush and creasing out the different details on the mesh. So for this creasing part, I will be fast forwarding the part. So let's meet in the ending of this thing. So guys, you can see that I am adding that by using that same tool. I am adding different details, and this is your creative freedom. You can add as many details as you want, but try to just stay true to the design and just sculpt your heart out. So with all these steps, we will be ending this video, and we will learn a very crucial or very important thing about creating pipes and all in the next part of this video series. So I hope you will be joining that part, and I have applied the clay polish. So let's meet in the next part of this video. Thank you for watching.